Hello students, welcome back. This is your instructor Dhruvi Bhatt, and today we would be talking about one of the important topics, which is barriers to effective communication. Has it happened to you that you are talking with someone else, say your boss, and you were taking his permission for visiting a nearby site to look upon their ongoings? Just when you are speaking to him about this, one of your colleagues came inside to get some documents signed. Your boss talked with your colleague, got the documents signed, and after your colleague left, you again came back to the point you were already discussing. But boss had already forgotten what you were talking, and so he told you, please repeat, I don't remember what you were speaking. This is hindrance in communication, or we can say some problem in communication where the expected outcome is not received. Your expected outcome is your communication with boss, but due to some reason this communication was hindered and it was not successful. Such type of hindrance is known as barrier of communication. We would today be discussing different barriers of effective communication, which are intrapersonal barriers, interpersonal barriers, and last but not the least, organizational barriers. All these types of barriers are further divided into many more barriers. Our today's lecture would be totally discussing about these three types of barriers. Let's move further and start talking firstly about intrapersonal barriers of communication. Intrapersonal barriers of communication, these are the barriers which occur due to attitude of a particular person or perception of a particular person. All of us are having different perspectives, different viewpoints about the same topics, and due to our different viewpoints, due to our inherent characteristics, there are some barriers which lead to ineffective communication. Which are those? These are intrapersonal barriers, starting with the first barrier, which is wrong assumptions. Many a times we tend to assume some things incorrectly, which lead to ineffective communication. Say for example, a doctor tells his patient that take this medicine SOS. Little does the patient know the meaning of SOS. Here the doctor has wrongly assumed that patient is aware about the word SOS. Patient thinks SOS means out on ship. Patient is thinking that I need to take this medicine only when I am out on ship. But SOS actually means in medical terms in cases of emergencies. Okay, so doctor meant that take this medicines in cases of emergencies if you have an emergency attack. But the patient thought that he or she has to take the medicine only when the person is out on ship. This wrong assumption leads to incorrect communication. The assumption here by doctor that the patient is aware of all the terms and technologies of medical science, which was too high to expect. Okay, moving further, the second intrapersonal barrier is varied perceptions. Here each one of us have different perspectives. All of you would have heard the story of 6 blind men and the elephant. 6 blind men were brought near the elephant and asked them what this particular thing was. Each of them interpreted the elephant as something else. Someone thought it is a tree, someone thought it is a wall, someone thought it as something sharp object, a knife or something, etc. Each one of the 6 blind men have different perspectives. None of them were wrong because they didn't get the entire picture. From what they touched, they got to know that the object is something and they portrayed just that. But actually the object is an elephant. This is what happens in communication too. Many a times different people have different perspectives of the same idea or of the same notion, and this leads to, we can say, miscommunication between people. Say for example, if two people are giving out a project presentation to me, one of the student is my favorite student. The person comes to me again and again to ask the doubts and we quite gel nicely. The second student is disobedient one and non-punctual one. I do not like that student much. Then obviously, though the second student would be having a better project, I would be more biased towards the student I have more liking. That is varied perceptions. Here, because I have different perceptions for both these people, I may not be able to do proper justice to their communication, which is their project. Thirdly, our next intrapersonal barrier is differing backgrounds. Each one of us come from a different background, different educational background, different family background, different cultural background, different languages, different financial backgrounds, and it makes us different from each other. This difference too creates a barrier in communication. A reason being, suppose I am giving right now a lecture about mountain climbing. Many of you would not be able to relate with me because you have never done mountain climbing. Oh my god, it's too risky. Oh my god, it's not worth the money. Each one of us would be having a different view due to our differing backgrounds. People who are not too adventurous as me would not be interested in any of the sports or adventures I would be discussing. The differing backgrounds thus lead to inefficient communication. Many of the students will get bored. Many others would be very much interested if I talk about mountain climbing. It totally depends upon the background you come from or whether or not you are adventurous. So, differing backgrounds too create a barrier in communication. What other thing creates a barrier? Wrong inferences. Many a times we try to infer things or reach to a conclusion without knowing facts. This thing also creates a barrier in communication or incorrect communication. Here the guy, just by seeing his love interest with someone else, thinks that she is way out of my league, she is with someone else, I do not have any chance with her. But there is a possibility that the other person might be her best friend, might be her brother, or someone who is just related to her. But here the person just infers it and does not try to communicate at all. This is a barrier in communication. Similarly, there is a possibility that I come to job after 2 or 3 days, I was on sick leave, and see that 2 of my fellow employees are missing. I think that due to current recession period, there is a possibility that they might be fired, and that is why they are not coming to job. Neither do I see their leave reports. So, I do not ask anyone but assume that they have been fired from the job. This is a wrong inference. What has actually happened is, there is a possibility that they might be promoted to another department, and that is why I am not able to see them from some days. This problem is wrong inferences, trying to assume things which are not true, and it may lead to wrong communication. Moving forward, our next intrapersonal barrier is categorical thinking. What is meant by categorical thinking? Categorical thinking is an I know it all attitude. Okay, categorical thinkers are the people having I know it all attitude. These are pansophists. They are actually pain because they tend to think that I know everything and they are not interested in any type of communication at all. Okay, they think that they are so intellectual, they are so beyond everyone that no one can teach them anything. I have some of my students who are pansophists who think that, okay, I know it all. You cannot teach me. Who the hell are you? these people are very difficult to deal with, are very difficult to communicate with. You cannot talk to someone who doesn't want to listen to you. That is the problem here. They have a thinking that they cannot be taught more than they already know. Think about the shame face they would have to put up if they would be lacking some knowledge or lacking some information. Okay, moving forward. The next intrapersonal barrier is blocked categories. These people are mesomists. They have particular thinking about particular things. They are judgmental and they do not want to look beyond their thinking at all. For example, there are some people whom you cannot at all teach the importance of digital transactions. They would always feel that it is very unsafe. I cannot do digital transactions, no Paytm, no PhonePe, no Google Pay. It is very, very harmful. Okay, little does anything happen with every one of us. We all are using Paytm nowadays, right? Though you give them many examples that we use it every day and it is secured, it is safe to use, but still they do not accept your idea or ideology. That is categorical thinking. Because they have certain perspective for certain thing, they are not open to communication about that particular category at all. Like, people tend to have certain biases, certain thinkings, certain stereotypes which cannot be broken, and people do not want to listen things which are against their stereotypes. All of us have a habit. We tend to feel the communication which goes along with our stereotype to be good communication and which goes against our stereotype to be bad communication. This leads to inefficient communication because you are not actually communicating to listen to or act upon it, but you are just communicating to judge whether the communication is right or wrong. This will not help at all. Okay, moving forward. How to overcome such intrapersonal barriers? First and foremost, students, as a speaker, you can overcome this barrier if you just stick to the topic at hand. Do not go wayward. We have different types of people with different intrapersonal barriers. As a speaker, you must take care that you just pinpoint the thoughts which are related to the topic and do not go wayward. It would be very useful. Secondly, do not be judgmental. Just listen to the communication before making a judgment. Just try to understand someone else's viewpoint too. It might be better than yours. Just give it a chance. Thirdly, empathize. Be in someone else's shoes. The doctor would be more successful if he would have thought from the viewpoint of the patient. He must be knowing that as a patient, no one would be knowing technical medical terms. That is why he needs to empathize with the patient and explain them in a more cordial and more subtle, more understandable way. That is the point. Okay. Lastly, make sure that you do not assume. Do not make wrong inferences. If you don't know anything, just ask. As simple as that. Just go and ask. Do not assume. Assumptions may lead to drastic miscommunications. Make sure they do not happen. That was all about the intrapersonal barriers. We would understand interpersonal barriers of communication now. Interpersonal barriers actually take place due to the sender and the receiver. Intrapersonal barriers actually were due to the incorrect attitude, incorrect personality and incorrect thoughts. But here actually interpersonal barriers take place due to the two people involved, which is the sender and receiver in the communication. Their inability to communicate as well as incorrect atmosphere or channel of communication may lead to interpersonal barriers. Basically, interpersonal barriers can happen due to inefficient communication skills of both the sender as well as the receiver, and secondly, due to the negative aspect nurturing in the climate. If the climate atmosphere channel is not very appropriate for the communication, that too would lead to miscommunication or barrier in communication. Let us see each of the interpersonal barriers in detail. The first interpersonal barrier is lack of vocabulary. Vocabulary is very important thing in communication. You must be knowing your language. I am not telling you that you must be aware only about the English vocabulary. In whatever language you are communicating, you must be having a wide area of vocabulary in that particular language. Only then you can use words to portray your feelings. Many a times things happen like, okay, I want to explain this thing to you, but I am not getting the exact word. This is lack of vocabulary, where many a times in the speech you do not get the exact word to portray the idea. This will lead to inefficient speech and this will lead to inefficient communication. Students' lack of vocabulary or limited vocabulary on both the sender as well as receiver's end would lead to miscommunication. Even if receivers are not aware of the words, it will lead to miscommunication. Think about me giving this lecture in French. Whatever I will speak, you will not understand, and that is why it will lead to miscommunication. Similarly, think about me not knowing English at all and trying to give this lecture in English. Obviously, I would be lacking many words, right? So students, limited vocabulary is a big no-no. It will lead to a barrier of communication. But do not focus too much building only your vocabulary and give less importance to other things. I have told you, if you remember in one of my lectures, that communication is only 7% words. So vocabulary will help you only 7%. How you speak it and your body language is equally important. Do not forget that. Moving forward, the next interpersonal barrier is incompatibility of verbal and non-verbal cues. Make sure that your words and your actions match each other. Okay, here the girl is saying, yes, I am listening to you. Yes, I am totally listening to you. Yes, what you are speaking, I am totally listening to you. Actually, she is checking out her phone. This is incompatibility of our verbal and non-verbal messages. She is not actually listening, but she is telling that she is listening to the other person, which will create a bad impression. Secondly, your attire too speaks a lot about you. In both the pictures, I have the same guy. But if he comes to you in the first attire and asks you to invest in one of his project plans, will you do so? Maybe by fear of his guns, but not wholeheartedly, right? Because though he is a CEO and he has got his education from a reputed college, his clothes and his attire would speak a lot about him. In the first picture, he is having an attire of a goon and it is not very acceptable in business environments. The same person in second attire is very much acceptable. This is what verbal and non-verbal cues stand for. To believe, to make people believe in you, you must be dressed properly. You must have your actions and your words in sync. Only then communication can be effective. Third interpersonal barrier is emotional outburst. Think about a scenario where our Mr. Boss knows that everyone in the office is gossiping about him, that he is involved in some fraudulent activities, and he has to address the same people today. Obviously, he is not liking the idea very much, and when he goes out there, his frustration comes out on the employees in one or the other way. This obviously leads to poor communication or inefficient communication. Because we all are emotional beings, emotional animals, our most communication, our most daily activities depend upon our emotional well-being. When you are emotionally disturbed, best option is avoid communication. Instead of leading to miscommunication, better is avoid communication. Moving forward, communication selectivity. This happens with me many a times. I have 5 students sitting in Viva. I ask them questions one by one. I ask the third student, give me answer to the same question which the first student couldn't answer. Ma'am, I was not listening. Can you please repeat the question? This is what happens, right? You only listen to the question when your name is called out. This is communication selectivity. You're not interested in any communication that doesn't concern you. Oh, how does that concern me? Why should I hear to that? This is waste information. Any information is not a waste. Make sure that if you are a participant in any type of communication, you listen to the entire communication and not selective parts of it. Make sure that you as a receiver efficiently listen to entire communication, all the topics. Only then you can get the complete idea of the communication, otherwise it would be ineffective. Moving forward, as we belong to different cultures, our cultural variations would lead to miscommunication. Nowadays, companies are globalized, and that is why all the employees have their own cultural variations, which makes it difficult for them to understand each other. For example, here the lady has just told that she is coming from China. The guy automatically assumes that she will eat away his cat. This is a wrong assumption, right? Not everyone would come from there and be after your pets. This is totally insane. Okay, so respect other cultures, students. The cultural diversity must not hold stereotypes in your head. Okay, the same thing happens here. He is telling that he is sharing a room. The American says that, okay, you need to share your room as there is very less population there. But the Chinese says that, oh, you are sharing the room with only one person. Difference in cultures, and that is why difference in communication. Try to go beyond cultural differences while communicating. Try to ask questions about their culture, respect their culture, know their culture before passing any judgments or stereotypes about a particular culture. That would help a lot in communication. One more type of interpersonal barrier is noisy or faulty channel. This is due to problem in the channel of communication between the sender and the receiver. The physical noise in that channel, electrical disturbance in that channel would lead to inefficient communication. In return communication, unintelligible handwriting would lead to inefficient communication. I can hardly make a word from this. Okay, so this will lead to inefficient communication. Last but not the least, your poor listening skills will lead to poor communication. Make sure that as nice it is to speak and to speak correctly, it is equally important to listen and listen correctly. Otherwise, the communication will not be effective. Okay students, thank you so much for such patiently listening to me. Today we discussed about intrapersonal and interpersonal barriers of communication. We would talk about organizational barriers in our next video. This is Dhruvi Bhatt signing off. Until next time, bye-bye.